Have you ever heard the saying, can't live with them, can't live without them? Do you ever feel this way about your spouse? You love them, but gosh, they drive you nuts. I'm going to tell you what you need to know to deal with these things that drive you nuts so that you can find a little more peace in your life. Hi, I'm Kelly Case, licensed counselor and marriage coach. I take marriages that are broken and unfulfilling and make them first class. This channel is for people who want a happier home, but just don't know how to get it. Be sure to click the subscribe button so that you can get notified whenever I upload anything new. What are the things about your spouse that you have trouble accepting? What are the things that just drive you nuts? I categorize these hard to accept things into 5 categories: difficult behaviors, differing personality traits, bothersome physical traits, differing preferences, and differing values. First, difficult behaviors can be things like being anxious, lazy, overachieving, controlling, negative, unorganized, always late, scattered, stubborn, obsessed with physical appearance. You name it, fill in the blank. What are the behaviors of your spouse that you feel you just can't accept? Second, let's talk about different personalities. This is a big topic. Every human has a personality, and there are lots of different types and traits. You're different people with different strengths and weaknesses, and are motivated in different ways. It's really important to learn who your spouse is in every way. Seek to be a student of your spouse. Don't assume they think like you. Where you are strong, they may be weak, and vice versa. This can be a good thing. You can balance each other out. You can complement each other. Or you could fight about it all the time. It's up to you. What are the personality traits of your spouse that you are having trouble accepting? Third, there may be some bothersome physical traits about your spouse, such as being overweight, too hairy, too tall, too short, unhealthy, or even the fact that they snore. It could be anything. What are the physical traits of your spouse that you're having trouble accepting? In a minute, I'm going to tell you how to deal with those things that drive you nuts. But first, let me share the last 2 categories. Fourth, differing preferences are things like she loves nature, but he's allergic to the outdoors. He loves sports. She hates them. He likes to have fun, but she just wants to stay inside and read a book. He loves winter, but she loves summer. He likes action movies, and she likes dramas. What are the differing preferences that you are struggling to accept? Lastly, differing values are things like different religions or spiritual beliefs, different political views, wanting a family versus not wanting a family, valuing material possessions versus not caring about them, public education for children versus homeschooling, cares about health versus eats crap and smokes, open marriage versus monogamous marriage, women should work versus women should not work, spender versus saver. The list could be endless. What are the differing values that you struggle to accept? Ultimately, you have to decide if these can be worked on or not. You need to decide if these are deal breakers. And then, assuming that you want to stay married, you're going to have to accept the parts that are difficult to accept and let it go. The serenity prayer works really well here. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. Some things can be worked on. For instance, weight can be worked on, but the person has to be willing. If they aren't willing, you're going to have to either divorce or you're going to have to accept it. Stop focusing on the things that you don't like about them. That sure worked well in the honeymoon phase. Focusing on what you want to change in a person never results in them feeling loved and accepted, and it rarely ever makes them change anyway. The key to accepting your differences is to stop focusing on them. I know this is easier said than done. I have 3 tips to help you along the path. First, if it's small, let it go. So your spouse thinks the silverware should go in the dishwasher pointing down, and you think they should point up. Who gives a rip? Live with it, accept it. So you think the toothpaste tube should be squeezed in the middle, and your spouse thinks that it should be squeezed from the end. Get separate toothpaste tubes and shut up. You like to take the highway, and your spouse likes to take the back roads. Accept it. Don't be annoyed that they're different. What did you expect, to marry your clone? Second, reframe it. Think about the positives that come from that personality trait. Maybe she can be curt and straightforward to the point of coming across rude. But this personality trait is why she's so productive, decisive, thinks quickly, and is confident. What are the upsides? Where is that silver lining in the thing that you are complaining about? Maybe he's slow and has no sense of urgency, loving to take the time to smell the roses. It drives you crazy because you are all about productivity. But this is what makes him so easy to get along with, so laid back, so low maintenance. Find that silver lining in the thing that you're complaining about. There's a good chance that it's actually serving you well in some way. And if you learn to focus on the positive of it, you will be more ready to accept it. Third, spend less time focusing on your spouse and focus on you. We should focus more on ourselves, minimize the number of hard to accept things about us so our spouse can more easily accept us, and focus on how you can better respond to the hard to accept things about your spouse. You won't change them. You just won't. But you can change how you respond to them and how you handle the fact that they are not you and never will be. My hope for you is that you can look at your spouse tonight and say, the crazy in me accepts the crazy in you. And that acceptance will lead you to feel more at peace and more committed than ever before. To learn more about living happily with your spouse, visit me at firstclassmarriage.com. And if you enjoyed this video, I'd love for you to like, comment, or hit subscribe so that more people can see this valuable content.